Today on the Topping Show, Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate officially charged. Bud Light begs customers to come back. YouTube censoring Robert F. Kennedy. DNC sponsorships open up. Rivian chooses Tesla superchargers to use. Hyundai to bolster their EV investment. Hunter Boot goes bankrupt. Alibaba has a new CEO. And FedEx sales are down 10% last quarter. All that and much more on the Topping Show. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of the Topping Show is sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, see their founder release twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. Now, going on to the political part of the podcast, you have unprecedented censorship against Robert F. Kennedy. Now, Robert F. Kennedy is an official presidential nominee. He's the nephew of the famous John F. Kennedy. All the Kennedys get mixed up in my head, but I know one was ended by probably a government entity. I would say most. Yeah. There's a lot of suspicions around why even in 2023, the U.S. government will still not declassify a majority of the documents around the case around GFK's demise. Now, Robert F. Kennedy has been known for being very skeptical against the Pope, as well as the government in general. So, and he is running as a Democrat, which is probably why he's getting a lot of pushback because they get a lot of money from pharmaceutical industries. That was the main reason why it was called pejoratively Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act back in the day. The only way they really get it pushed is because Big Pharma helped them. It was one of those situations where we're going to give every American, all these free benefits. Well, it's not free taxes, but if you don't pay taxes, there you go. But they had it set up in which they're not going to negotiate the pharmaceutical industries to get the best rates or get the best prices. So there's a lot of incentives for them to help out and get it pushed across the finish line. Now, Robert F. Kennedy has been interviewed by Theo Vaughn, Mike Tyson, Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan, pretty much some of the most viral characters and some of the most popular online celebrities, YouTubers, comedians, what have you. And a lot of these speeches are starting to get blacklisted, delisted, and even pulled off the internet completely. And you notice this with a couple of YouTubers where you'll follow them, which of course now is a great time to click that follow, like, subscribe button, do all the YouTube things for our channel. Greatly appreciate it. But it's one of those phenomena where I'll follow Jordan Peterson, but I won't see the new videos. I'll have to click on his profile, then I can find them. Now, traditionally, before the days of YouTube censorship, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, as some Star Trek fans might say. I'm kidding. I'm just saying that to annoy people. I know it's Transformers. But it's one of those situations where you would see everything that they were producing because you want to. You click subscribe, you want to see the new content. So when you log in or you just click on the YouTube app, you would see their new content because you follow them. In many cases, they're having instances where it doesn't show up. Timcast IRL or Tim Pool on his channel has this issue all the time. And I don't think it's a coincidence that the more controversial interviews are the ones that are getting censored the most. Now, I'm very interested to see, will he be censored completely? There are still some videos if you dig him up. But because he is challenging the incumbent presidency of Biden, he's going to push for, obviously, Robert F. Kennedy's goal is to be the presidential nominee for the Democratic Party, which, in terms of having an incumbent president in power for your party, is pretty unprecedented. I haven't seen that happen in my lifetime that I've noticed. But many would say he's a lot more charismatic. I know that's a low bar, but I think he has a much better chance of gaining independent voters as well as people on the left if Robert F. Kennedy were to run as a Democrat for the 2024 presidential election. And there's all these rumors about what if Trump chooses him as his VP, I mean, say whatever you want about Robert F. Kennedy. He's trending on the Twitter. He is getting more and more attention, and his messages is resonating with more and more Americans. That's a huge threat to the Democratic Party because, again, in terms of historical winnings, usually the incumbent has the best odds of getting reelected. Trump not winning was unprecedented in my lifetime. If you think of the past presidencies, you have George W. Bush, you have President Obama. A lot of these presidents are back to back. The only president I believe who's ever got reelected after not winning again in a row. I think it was like Grover Cleveland. There's this funny little trivia fact around that. It's either him or someone else, but it's only happened one time. So again, the odds are uphill for Trump as well. It'll be interesting to see if Robert F. Kennedy is such a threat, will he be completely censored like Alex Jones? Say what you want about Alex Jones, he's quite bombastic, but all of a sudden every media company just censored him at once and basically removed him from the public square. And again, that's one of my favorite litmus tests for do you believe in personal, or rather do you believe in freedom of speech, is Alex Jones. Again, he says some crazy stuff, although it's quite concerning when some of it turns out to be true. But again, you may not agree with anything he says, but in my opinion, he's an American citizen, he's a human, he deserves the right to have free speech. That used to be an uncontroversial thing to say in the United States. Now, if you say, oh yeah, I believe someone should have free speech, they call you far right. Which is crazy how much the Overton window has shifted to the point where if you don't think someone should be censored because they have one or two opinions you don't agree with, then you're alt-right. You're crazy. That used to be a unanimous belief in the United States, and hopefully we get back to that point where more and more people realize, oh yeah, one of the most fundamental rights is the right to have free speech. And I do hope we get to that point again in my lifetime. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Can't thank you enough. I really appreciate you taking the time to like, subscribe, and comment. Each one of those things greatly help out the channel. Also, don't forget to tell your family, tell your coworkers, tell your friends, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone to stay safe and fight the good fight.